What's up, YouTube? My name is Darian. I go by the BOWTIE Fragrance Guy here on YouTube, and I do fragrance reviews as well. So if you don't know who I am, now you know. Man, shout out to my guy Steven, man. Hey, congratulations on the new release. I am so happy for you, man. Again, I can't think of many more people that are worthy of the success in the whole nine that you've had. You've been doing this for a long time. One of the people that I watched quite frequently before I got into reviewing. I wanted a very in-depth review. Then I will go to Steven's channel. So, man, shout out to you for the new release. Now, Steven, the only issue that I have is this small sample that you sent me, man. I need some more of this stuff, like now, like today, like in the next 10 minutes. Can you get it to me in 10 minutes? I know it's not possible, but look, guys, this new fragrance that Steven has done in collaboration with Navitus Parfums, let me tell you, I know there's some things that go on out there that may kind of cloud people's judgment, but hear me clearly. This is an absolute home run. Now, the name of this fragrance is actually entitled Raised Spirits. And listen, I haven't looked into the actual meaning behind the name yet, but I can tell you that it raised my spirits when I smelled this fragrance. So I put it on my hand and I did what I call the overnight test. When I want to test out a fragrance and test the longevity, if it can pass the overnight test, then I know it's going to do well in the performance category. When I first sprayed it, absolute love at first sniff for me. It's boozy. It is sweet. There's this honey-like sweetness that combines with the rum, the booziness from the rum and the opening. I would akin the smell of this to, let me put it to you this way. The other fragrance that I'm very fond of from the house of Frappin called 1270. And those of you that know that fragrance know that the main or primary issue that people have with Frappin 1270 is the fact that it does not perform. And you read this laundry list of notes: dried fruits, cacao, vanilla, resins. I mean, you read the note breakdown, white honey, and you're like, oh my God, this is gonna blow me out, blow my mind when I smell this fragrance. And then you smell it and it's like, oh, I kind of smell that stuff, but it's not really there. This is what I would have hoped Frappin 1270 would have smelled like when I put my nose to it. It's boozy, all right? So you have the booziness that comes from the rum in the opening, but like I said, I think there's like a salted butter accord and some caramel in this fragrance, and it gives this, again, this very honey-like feel to the fragrance, this honey-like sweetness with the booze and the opening of the fragrance, and I'm telling you, it is to die for. Now, there's some spices here. I think it lists pimento leaves as a note. Now, I am aware of the note of pimento, which is kind of like an allspice, kind of gives off this cinnamon and nutmeg kind of feel to it. So you get those spices there, and you guys know that watch my channel, those are some of my favorite spices, nutmeg and cinnamon. So I get this spiciness that combines with the booziness from the rum, and then that honey caramel-like sweetness that comes from the salted butter accord, as well as the caramel in the fragrance. And I'm telling you, man, it is absolutely freaking dynamite. Now, I'm going to say something, and this is going to be really saying something, because Steven has done in his collab with Navitus some amazing fragrances. Two of my favorites are Arcanum, is definitely one of them, and why can't I think of it right now? Arcanum and Absolutio, two of my absolute favorites that he's done. And I must say that this is now my favorite. This one, my gosh, is everything that I ever wanted in a fragrance and more, because you guys know I love those boozy fragrances. This is boozy. It has the spices that I love, and then it has that honey caramel-like sweetness that just really takes the DNA, to me, over the top. Now, when it starts to dry down, my God, because I'm all over the place, but I talked about the test, the overnight test. When I woke up the next day, I could still smell it on my hands. So it passed the overnight test. So when it dries down, man, you get this almost dry tobacco kind of feel. Although it's not over the top, but it's just the right amount to kind of offset some of the sweetness in there to me. But I love tobacco and fragrances as well. So you get that tobacco and you get this, the woods that come into play here. The kind of smells like, or I would akin it to the smell that when you smell Angel Share by Killian, you have that cedar, that aged oak barrel or kind of cedar note in there. You get that in this fragrance, and you get some warmth, a little bit of musk and warmth that comes in from the cashmere wood in here as well with the vanilla. Oh my gosh, and I'm telling you, you still have some of that booziness and sweetness that's left over from the beginning. And when you add the vanilla, you add the warm woods and the dry cedar, aged cedar kind of feel to it. Oh man, and the tobacco, this is just the perfect gourmand, the perfect time of year. And I want to tell you right now, this fragrance to me is a 10 out of 10. Again, the only problem that I have is that I only have this little sample, which the camera won't even probably pick this up. It won't. So I just have a very, very small sample here. And my only problem with this fragrance is I need more, like now. But that is it, guys. Stephen, thank you again for having me on. This is my initial impressions. I need to get a bottle like in the next 24 hours somehow. I don't know how that's possible, but let's make it happen. But that's all I have. Stephen, thank you for having me on the channel. It's an absolute honor that you would even, want my opinion. But I thank you for allowing me to be one of the first people to sample this beauty of a fragrance. Now, back to you, my friend. Peace.